So hello everyone, welcome to the Speech Squad, and today we learn few things about IELTS. Whether someone is preparing for IELTS students or someone is preparing for IELTS general training, that is for their PR application, there are few rules which are always same, which we have to follow for both the tests. Okay, so first we learn here. Okay, so this is our first lecture, which is very important to learn that it's never about just English. So a lot of people whom you come across will say that, if you have good English, you're going to crack IELTS. But no, that's not the case. So there are certain set of rules that we always have to follow. Demand of IELTS. So first we have to learn that what does our IELTS demand, like how are we going to crack it. First we are going to learn about some tips before going to the modules. So for example, there is first module reading, second is listening, third is speaking, and fourth is writing. So we divide these four into two sections. Speaking and writing are almost the same, and reading and listening are almost the same, as in tips for both are the same, and speaking and writing tips are equally similar. So basically, how do we start preparing for it? Tips. First tip is what the actual demand of the IELTS is, that how do we understand what they have written. What they have mentioned is synonyms. Okay, so they have mentioned their entire language in the form of synonyms, and we will never get our answers in direct those words. So in reading, when always we used to do passages in schools or in colleges, what used to happen is we used to find our answer right in that word mentioned in that paragraph, but here that's not the case. So yes, this was the first tip, that we always have to look out for synonyms when we are doing a reading module. And then the second tip for reading module is that we always have to do skimming first. Now what does the word skimming means? We always have to go through the entire passage, not reading one by one word carefully, but we have to do proofreading of all the passages before we find our answers. There is one way of doing it, and then there is second way of doing it is, first you read the questions, and when I was giving my IELTS exam, I always did follow the second tip, because for me reading was always thorough reading. I could not follow skimming very well, but it works for a lot of other students. But for me the second tip worked, which was I used to go through the questions first and then I used to go to the paragraph. So wherever I used to find the similar, to just find my question and answer whenever I used to start reading the paragraph later. So now these are just some of the basic tips. For example, listening becomes faster when it changes the module. Like there are 3 sections in listening as well. So first section is going to be like little slow. The accent is going to become faster with moving modules. So we will learn about some tips for listening also, and some tricks for listening as well. So this was a general and very basic idea of how IELTS is. Like it's not just about the English, like if someone is well versed with English and is going to clear IELTS, no. We have to break that myth, and it's always about whatever pattern they have set for the exam, how we understand that, because they are checking our understanding skills. Basically, this is the test about.